No third time.
Right, hi again everyone. Another week has flown by. It's time for another TalkShop TV, keeping you all up to date across Transdev Blazefield in our COVID world at the moment, sadly. But happily, still filled with lots of positivity, with everyone doing excellent work to keep our company going, and most importantly to keep looking after our customers and keep them moving at real time when they need us. So we're back again. Vito's got his time for you all again.
After such positive feedback last week, he's making another appearance.
I struggled, as you can see. I obviously don't have the time to put ties on, but that's my excuse anyway. Right, anyway, it's good to be with you all again. I think a few things just wanted to quickly cover that we haven't covered in much detail actually on these on TalkShop TV. Last night, Thursday night, Clap for Carers, our teams have been doing activities for Clap for Carers every Thursday night, and it's worth saying a lot of that is done voluntarily by our colleagues, with obviously our encouragement and our support. A lot of the ideas on what we do comes from our colleagues, and I think over the past 2 weeks it's been really good that we've gone to visit care homes. I think, as you've seen on the news, what's going on in care homes is being overlooked. And it's so good that we go to see them in our communities. They love seeing us. They love seeing us on a Thursday night. They love seeing the bus coming to see them. It really does make them feel special. And some of the clips, that we saw last night, real heartwarming stuff. So thank you to everyone who's doing that. Also, as well, this week, another very powerful footage, all to do with a member of the Transdev family. Barry Nichols, our duty manager, long-serving duty manager in Keighley. Really good news to see his wife Sue discharged and cleared COVID-free from hospital this week. I know Barry won't mind me saying, Barry sent us the footage of being applauded out of the ward, and we're really pleased for both of you, and thank you as ever to our NHS who are doing a tremendous job of looking after people like Sue, and just really nice to see some positives at a time, I think, when we all need them. So thank you to everyone for all those, for all, not just the hard work going on, but the excellent shows of humanity too. Obviously in these sessions we like to keep you updated with the business as well as making sure we're staying in touch with you. I think it's worthwhile just sort of recapping. This time last week we were all anticipating what Boris Johnson was going to say on his speech last Sunday. That now feels like years ago now, what happened last Sunday. I think it was fair to say that in some ways very little changed. I think there was lots of, I think you could interpret quite a bit from what he said. And indeed, I think some of the conversations we were on WhatsApp, indicate that. And lots of the conversations we've been having with you in the business, I think, indicate that. I think what we have been doing over the past week, what Sunday led to was various bits of guidance that we've been working through. The guidance has come from Department of Transport, from HSE, from all sorts of sources, and it's been up to us to put it in a way that works for us as a business and make sure we're meeting the guidance. I think it's fair to say that a lot of what's coming out is actually guidance, and it's not actually mandatory. So again, that again adds a bit of vagueness to it as well. So we've all had to, decide what not just works best for us, but what we should do to be responsible. I think a lot of the guidance that came out though, when we as a team went through it, I think we were quite reassured that a lot of it we're already doing.
Yeah, definitely. I think most of the things that have come out this week, we can safely say that we do. And I think maybe some of the guidance has probably been led by things that we have done. So, as that evolves, we'll continue with the measures we're taking, to protect you and our customers.
And I think what it did do though, I mean, we are coming out with a renewed set of commitments. I think there have been some things that, again, not necessarily led by precisely what the guidance has said, but we've looked again at some things. So I think the renewed set of commitments that we're sharing with you today, Friday the 15th, and over the weekend, and you'll start to see appear on buses at bus stations next week, are things like, we've announced, if people wish to wear a face covering, and that makes people feel comfortable, you should wear that, and that's both customers and drivers. and it sanitisers on buses and at bus stations, which is something we've progressed, as well as obviously you all having your own personal supplies of that too. More reminders for customers to spate out on buses. I think we've won a successful discussion with others in the industry that we should really avoid having buses looking like crime scenes, and instead just allow people to be sensible and to spread themselves out on board, and we'll help do that by increasing frequency so people can space out, and we'll come back to that in a minute in terms of what we're doing from a network point of view. Do more to ventilate buses and the advice around that, and really stepping up with our cleaning, so more cleaning, more thorough cleaning, and more use of new and inventive stuff that was even covered as the lead news item on Look North this week. So there's a few issues there. It might be worthwhile Vito just go into a bit of detail some of them for us.
Yeah, so like with the cleaning, so as you know, there's many colleagues have been furloughed. Beginning Monday next week, many of our cleaners will be coming back. They'll be in the bus stations more often, more frequently. They'll be able to clean the vehicles as they come through. We'll be able to get that done quicker and more effectively as the amount of vehicles that we're operating increases. So obviously we've changed the products as we spoke about before, so now we're using virucidal products. So
that's the new word, virucidal.
10 points if you can spell it, because we keep getting it wrong.
It means antiviral, by the way. He knows that. he teaches us, yeah.
So you'll have seen the Fogit machine, so that's been trialled over in Harrogate quite well this last week. We've invested in 7 machines in total. They should be coming here over this weekend. We've chased up the suppliers today and they've confirmed that they've been sent. So again, every vehicle will be fogged out with the virucidal fluid. It will clear viruses. It will it's antibacterial, so it will get general germs away. So
and our cleaners have been playing stars in your eyes with it. It's quite effective.
So that will happen. Other steps we're taking is we are going to be installing hand sanitisers on our vehicles. So again, they'll be for us to use and for our customers. Stock is tricky to get, but we think we've secured some stock. So as soon as that comes in, they'll be rolled out. We have lots of sanitizer. We can get that now. We've got local suppliers in Yorkshire that's making it for us. So that's not a problem. Obviously we've got your screens to protect you. The clean kits will continue. We'll be deep cleaning our vehicles more often. I believe everything now that's been stood down, all the vehicles have been deep cleaned and sanitised. So as we ramp back up, we need to match that to ensure everyone's safe. So I think that's the general message of cleanliness. We're going to be reinforcing a lot of the messages on the vehicles, so that will start to appear
this week. So obviously with all that, the one thing that was suggested in Boris's speech was that there will be an easing of the lockdown. I think the things that we're expecting are things that we know about if we've been watching the news. I don't think there's much else on normally on television other than news about this. Is I think from the 1st of June, there will be some reopening of schools to some degree. There will be some opening of non-essential, what's deemed non-essential retail, and then there may even be some sports being open behind closed doors and so on. I think we saw some easing on Wednesday of some activities too. I think we anticipate that therefore volumes may increase. And obviously what the government is saying throughout all this and throughout all these is this will mean that we can only do that if we maintain social distancing, and the only way we can do that as a bus operator if that's what the government wishes to do, which is different to what the governments have decided in other parts of Europe and what we're seeing in other parts of Transdev, is that therefore we need to increase frequency, so we need to provide overcapacity in the network. We are still awaiting a confirmed date for that. We're waiting clearance from government about when we should increase and when we should receive funding to enable that increase, because obviously we're going to be providing a lot more buses than what the volumes of people out there would justify. So we are still not yet there a date. We hoped we'd be able to announce it this week. that hasn't happened. There's been decision making has slowed down slightly, but obviously, you know, there's quite a lot going on. Hopefully we'll get that this week. I think we're tentatively still looking at the start of June at being increased, but we need that confirmation from government to enable us to do that. When we do that, there is then some need for us to make sure that we educate people on social distance on board, and we'll do that to help you with lots more signage, looking at posting the new capacities of buses, seating capacities of buses on the side, which is a figure we will decide on for each vehicle. It'll be vehicle type specific, so therefore as a driver you'll be able to understand how many you should have on board. As ever, what we do is we want you to, you know, be the good people that you are, and, you know, use that information wisely and not in a powerful and assertive way, but more to help people. To help you though get the message across also, so people can understand if there are full buses, and obviously they won't look full, but they will be full in this new way we'll be operating. We will be adding displays onto the destination so you can put a bus full sign up. When you do that, we'd want you to post on a ticket machine as well, so we can see where and when this is happening, because the right answer is to actually provide more services rather than just going past people all the time. We would also encourage you as well, rather than go past people, you let people know what's going on, so they know, they can understand when to make for a bus or make other arrangements rather than us ignoring people. We will support you in all of that, and we will make that guidance clear for you with all that. But this is, you know, a new way that we wish to operate, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to start delivering poor customer services, because that's not what we do.
Yeah. I think I mean, the biggest question we are getting is when are we back? So we don't know yet, so we think June the 1st. The next question we're getting is, will I be needed? How many drivers are needed? We've started building the rosters, so in several of the locations we've continued to call each and one of you just to see how you are and see where you sit and coming back to work or being on furlough. At the moment it's looking like the same amount of drivers that we've got at the moment, same again. So for Harrogate, for example, it's like there's 50 here, there's 50 more needed. Again, we'll call around. We have a list of people that are willing and waiting to come back, so we'll start with that. The rosters have been being built back as really how they were, so dedicated rosters. So they, you know, I think once we know what they are, we'll go around, we'll call you. So if you're driving a certain route, we'll call you, and then, you know, then you'll be asked to return back. And again, as soon as we know, we'll let you know. So we're hoping to give you a week at least notice. So yeah.
Good. Yeah. And again, you know, we're trying to do this. You know, I'd like to think we are being transparent, so I'd hope that's coming across, but as soon as we get information, we're doing our best to pass that on and drive that into a decision quite quickly, so everybody knows where they stand and why they, you know, why that is the case. But if you ever are unsure, you know, we would encourage questions. We're happy to answer questions and deliver answers on here if that makes it clear, but there's plenty of other opportunities for you to do that by discussing with your local managers, coming direct to us. You know, you hopefully all know our email addresses, or using the WhatsApp groups, which are still being very effective and still seem to be popular and well used. I think it's fair to say as well that there's still, you know, we are still developing the business, as I think I've said in virtually every episode we've done of this. You know, we still see a future in all this. We're still very clear that we still want to carry on investing in the business and making sure that we come out of this strong. You'll see that this isn't just about adding new vehicles and making sure we're improving the routes. There's a big project going on to improve systems and process and engineering, which Vito and Luke Stevenson are delivering, and thank you to those who took part, because there's been interviews with all sorts of our colleagues in engineering, not just with managers but with the fitters and the guys on the shop floor, with cleaners, and really trying to get a good sample and understanding about what happens, so we can help you do your jobs better and smarter, and to to waste less time doing things that I think we all agree you shouldn't be doing, or are things that aren't effective, or things that aren't effective. And I think there'll be a lot more happening on that, and I think it's important that we touch on that, because a lot of these discussions inevitably are about drivers, because we employ more drivers than any other job type in the company, and a lot of this is about increasing services. But we don't want to overlook the work that engineers are doing to, in terms of managing the downscale of the fleet, managing the upscaling, and this important project that's happening as well.
It's a massive project, and it will turn around the sort of engineering function into a modern day sort of engineering department. It's a massive investment from the company. It will make life easier for all of us, for operations, engineering, for drivers, admin. It will turn things around, and it's quite an exciting project, and it's we're hoping to have it rolled out over the next 2 to 3 months. So you'll soon be seeing people with tablets and totally digitising how we work. So it's really important.
And with that kind of with digital comes a lot more information, a lot more faster decision making as well. But I think it's fair to say that the engagement and the support we've received from that has been really positive. And I think, again, testament to the strength of our teams out there, that when we need to move, I think it's clear that people come with us. So we're grateful for that.
Thank you.
And similarly, as well as us being grateful, you'll see small talk, as well as the fact, we posted talk out to you, to every home. We made that commitment this week. Hopefully you all got that, and hopefully we tried to put, as ever, a positive view on where we are, with all the excellent stories and inspirational stories we're still seeing inside the business by you, our fantastic people that are out there delivering the goods for us. So hopefully you all receive that. We think it's really important that we stay in touch with everyone in the business, because wherever you are, whether you're in the business and working, whether you're in the business and at home, or whether you're furloughing, you're all helping us get through this. And hopefully when you see small talk every week, it's absolutely rammed full of comments about people appreciative of not just the drivers who they're seeing every day, but the work that they know everyone is doing across the business to make sure that bus turns up, and make sure we get the key workers to work, and making sure we're working positively, so there is a good bus service that comes out of this. So yeah, thank you for all you're doing. Keep in touch with the usual channels, and we'll be back again next week. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.